Hello everyone, I am Baltmatrix and this is RT-01 Caesar from Robot Toys. I picked this set up over at ShowZStore.com. This is a Legends class Optimus Primal. In terms of looks, it's absolutely fantastic. The coloring on this little guy is amazing and it just works. I mean, it works really well. 360 degree look real quick. There's not much going on the back, and he does have a tendency to fall over, but if you extend the little ape feet, you can give him some decent heels. Color-wise, it's perfect. Aesthetic-wise, it's just about perfect. I would have loved there had been something on the arms, but that's just me. And when they say Legends class, they're not kidding. Posability for the legendary monkey is pretty darn good. Head is on a ball joint. Shoulders are on hinges or I should say butterfly joints for in and out movement, then ball joint in the shoulder, swivel at the upper arm, bend at the elbow. He is just about over 90, or is 90 degrees. I can never remember if I've got it turned around correctly or not. Oh, there we go. I had it backwards. And then the fists to articulate. And the fists open and close. I mean, look at that. That's crazy on a Legends class figure. Torso swivel is present. Ball joint in the leg. Then there is a swivel joint right underneath that ball joint. Bend at the knee is over 90 degrees. And then we have a little bit of ankle rocking forward and back, or I should say side to side and forward and back. It's a ball joint in there, but due to the nature of the lower leg or molding of the lower leg, it is limited in movement. The figure comes with a couple of accessories, the first of which is this mace weapon with the head folding out like that, and then you can also fold it in to be more traditional mace, or if he ever wants to be a ventriloquist, he's already got the equipment. The figure also comes with the iconic swords that Optimus Primal has, and these are my favorite of the accessories. I really like these swords. They're well painted and they just look great with the figure. Swords can be stored on the back of each shoulder, which is nice, and they're not going anywhere because the holes they're pegging into are the pinholes for the actual pins. They're nice and tight, so they're not going anywhere. My set came with 3 different face plates, but these 3 look all exactly the same. I think they're just extra. So you can pull off just the standard battle mask faceplate, which is what I usually use, and then the faceplate with lips. In order to get the faceplates to change, you have to kind of untransform the figure and then flip the faceplate off, and then we can add one of the new faceplates on. And it's just so tiny. Like, that's my biggest complaint with these faceplates is my big old fingers really have a hard time dealing with these little tiny faceplates. There we go. That doesn't look too bad at all. And then my figure comes with a mutant mask. However, it doesn't like to stay on the figure. It's supposed to plug into Primal's head, or specifically his forehead, but it just doesn't stay there and falls off way too easily. A very cool addition to this figure is it's got blasters, and they are hidden in each forearm. You have to flip up the panel and then flip out the blasters. And he's even got blasters in the backpack, which you unpeg the backpack and then flip out these blasters on these ball joints. That looks very cool. I love the bright red blasters on the forearms. I'm less enthused about the blasters on the back or coming out of the backpack. I'm going to paint them silver and then give the barrels red tips to match these blasters on the forearms. It would have been nice if these guys were painted in the back. The only actually issue I have with the figure is that it didn't come with any directions. None whatsoever. The box has QR codes for the deformation video. I get it. I understand why they do that, but it would have been nice if I had paper directions. I mean, what if you get a hold of this figure and you're in an area with very limited internet service? What do you do then? Just guess? To start off the transformation, take the legs and spin them around 180 degrees and fold up the robot toes. Then take the legs and actually collapse them into the upper legs like that. There is an extra joint that you can disconnect there at the knee, so we also want to do that. So push that knee in and just kind of leave them kind of leave it like that. Oh God, that looks awful. All right, come up to the shoulders and fold the shoulders down and put the arms out. Come to the chest and pull the chest away from the body and flip it around 180. Grab the backpack and open up that backpack, and then pull the head forward and the gorilla head forward. Turn them around 180, and then put the gorilla head up, pointing up. Close that up, close the chest up, and then take the back and unpeg it, turn it around and fold it down, and it will peg into the blue crotch. And then the last thing is fold up this little flap behind the gorilla head. And if you're not careful, you will pop the ball joint off, which is what I just did. And that's it, we're done. One thing about the transformation that is not completely clear, and I just had to go through all the different pictures over on showzstore.com in order to confirm. There are pegs right here where my thumbs are on the back of this butt panel that fold down, or that when you fold the back panel down, they're supposed to peg into these slots that are on the upper thighs. So that means you have to collapse the entire leg in such a way that it looks all cohesive like this. And then we have the gorilla mode. And the gorilla mode's mouth does open and close, which is very cool. But the gorilla mode itself is very bland. It's just bland. I don't really have a problem with it. It's just very dull. I'll just say dull. It's got a cool face, though, and wonderful texturing. I mean, the molding and the texturing is very good. But overall, I feel kind of burned out on Optimus Primal at this point. We had an amazing, amazing Voyager-class figure in Kingdom. And then we had a couple of figures from Rise of the Beasts, even if the larger ones were pretty okay, which I've not reviewed any of those. I should really do that. But all the figures are exactly the same. Even the third-party one, even this third-party one feels exactly the same in terms of transformation, features, and accessories. It's not a bad thing, mind you, but everything just feels so samey. Third-party makers, give me a third-party version of Beast Machine's Optimus Primal. That'd be interesting. In terms of size, the alt mode is very tiny, like very tiny, but then so are both of these guys in their alt modes. Though it does scale better to Kingdom Megatron, because I really do feel like a T-Rex would be able to take one chomp out of a gorilla like this. I like this little gorilla mode, but once it's in gorilla mode, there's not much to do, unfortunately. I will freely admit it's due to my own lack of imagination that I'm having trouble coming up with posing this thing. So here are a bunch of pictures from showzstore.com's page. They managed to come up with at least some decent pictures of it. Were this figure maybe twice the size, would I like it more? That's not fair. I do like this figure quite a bit. I think it's very cool. It's a nice little Legends class gorilla. But at the same time, it really feels like we've seen this figure multiple times at this point. And I don't mean just like once or twice. I mean like 7 or 8 times. It's the same transformation as Kingdom. And it's the same transformation as some of the other Primal figures we've gotten over the years. It's a shame because this little guy really should be able to stand on its own. It's very cool. Now Robot Toys is releasing a Megatron of this figure, and I believe it's out already. I have not gotten my pre-order notice from showzstore.com yet, but Mang Motion does have the figure, and they've got a little video of it up, and it looks cool, but it also looks exactly the same as the original Megatron transformation, which is weird. but I'm not complaining. That figure is also significantly bigger than this little guy right here, which is just, okay, fine, whatever, but actually, that does make sense because Megatron was a lot bigger than Primal in the show, so I'm okay with that. Overall, RT-01 is pretty cool. I like it. But we've just had so many Optimus Primals at this point. I would just say don't bother. Get the Kingdom version of Optimus Primal. And I think there's actually an oversized version of Kingdom Optimus Primal as well. If you can find that, get that one. All right, folks, let me know what you think of RT-01. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you all next time.